So CM Punk and AEW, Tony Khan as well, are being sued by a current TNA star. And in today's video, we're going to break down the lawsuit and everything that is currently going on with it. So if you guys are new here, definitely be sure to like this video and also be sure to subscribe to the channel. If you guys do, we go to a different stratosphere. My name's Billy TKO, Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, Discord, all linked down below. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and talk about today's video. All right, you guys, so this is coming directly from the Wrestling Inc. website. Now, it says TNA's Ryan Nemeth files a lawsuit against CM Punk, Tony Khan, and AEW. And like I said, in today's video, we're going to talk all about this. So I'm going to read this word for word, and then I'll give you guys my thoughts directly after. So it says, it seems that history has a way of catching up. On February 14th, former AEW star Ryan Nemeth filed a lawsuit in Los Angeles Superior Court against AEW, Tony Khan, and former star CM Punk. The lawsuit alleges assault, breach of contract, breach of the implied covenant of good faith and fair dealing, and intentional interference with prospective advantage. In December 2024, Nemeth submitted a complaint to several AEW executives that outlined a timeline of events highlighting the abuse, harassment, and threats he faced while working at AEW. According to Fightful, more details about the lawsuit were provided, which seems to stem from an incident on June 21, 2023 involving Nemeth and Punk, during which the plaintiff alleges an assault occurred in the male talent locker room. It says, reports indicate that the argument originated from Nemeth's tweet referring to the former two-time AEW World Champion as the softest man alive, which Nemeth stated was intended to enhance his heel persona. According to the filed lawsuit, Nemeth claims Punk menacingly approached him and shouted, "Do we have a effing problem? Do we need to step outside and handle this like men?" It is stated that Nemeth was coerced by Punk and did everything possible to de-escalate the situation. Although he contacted executives about the incident the following day, Nemeth asserts that no punishment was imposed on Punk for his actions. After the confrontation, Nemeth alleges that he was benched by the company, which he was informed of by AEW's legal team, stating that Punk insisted on his benching despite not being the perpetrator following his benching. Nemeth claims there were several unsuccessful attempts for his return to the ring. Still, he was turned away, such as on August 12, 2023, when upon arriving in Greensboro, North Carolina, he was immediately told by AEW supervisor Pat Buck that he needed to leave the arena and that travel would be arranged for him to fly out that same day. Nemeth's last match for AEW occurred on November 19, 2024. Punk's abrupt firing occurred in September 2023 after a backstage altercation at AEW All In. 2 months later, he returned to WWE. Ryan currently works with his real-life brother Nick in TNA. All right, so I'm going to go ahead, break down my thoughts, and tell you guys exactly what I think about this absurd lawsuit, to say the least. Yes, I say absurd. The reason why I say absurd is because I think AEW has just had a bunch of bad press that has naturally surrounded them. I think ever since, for being honest, we can even go as far back as Cody, things have just naturally looked down on the company because, let's be real here, even when CM Punk was in the company, there were still numerous things that had come out of just bad reports. From the brawl out situation to the Jack Perry situation, numerous things, whether it be leadership, whether it be the EVPs, whatever, everything would just trickle down. So AEW has had this current, what's the word that I'm looking for? They've had this current stigma around them that nothing that they do right now is of good faith or good nature. And we've had this conversation a lot, especially over on this channel when talking about AEW. And before I continue on, I want to make things very clear that for a long time, I was a AEW stan, right? I was very hardcore into the company, and I loved what they were doing. I thought it was innovative. I thought it was different. I thought it was amazing. But as time went on, you started to see the problems, right? So let me go even a little bit further here. AEW has gone on, no pun intended, but a rampage of all this bad press, and they've done everything in their power to just quote unquote do the right thing, but nothing that they seem to be doing is working. And the reason why that is again, like I said a little bit ago, I've talked about this numerous times on my channel, but it's about Tony. Tony is the boss. And let's just say, for instance, that this is something that 1000% took place. This is wrong on all levels. If this did happen, it is very, very wrong. The thing about it is, though, is that, again, it falls on Tony and being a not so good boss. You know, Tony would be just a great owner, at least from where we stand right now. I don't want to pinpoint into the future, and I don't even want to talk too much about the past. I just want to pinpoint the now. Tony would be great by just handing over the company and just, you know, being the guy that owns it. You know, it wouldn't be bad to bring somebody in and let them be the head booker or whatever the case is. Again, this isn't a dig at Tony, and it's not a shot taken at Tony. It's that so many situations have occurred, and even though he tries to do the right thing, it still looks bad on so many levels, whether it be the Ricky Starks situation, whether it be the Rey Fenix situation, whether it be the now Ryan Nemeth situation, whether it be the Punk situation, whether it be the Cody situation. Numerous things have come out that aren't good. And you have to look at AEW and you have to say, okay, where are we going wrong? And I think you just have to start at the top. The top has to be where that conversation is held. Why is, you know, when does Tony look himself in the mirror and say, okay, what am I doing wrong? Because here's the thing. If you're a person who can't accept that you're wrong on a lot of levels, then I think you have a problem. That's just me being serious here. I think if you can't look yourself in the mirror and be like, okay, I'm doing something wrong, especially based on my company. My company has a lot of bad press right now. Things aren't looking good. What am I doing wrong? Especially as an owner. Never once have I seen Tony come out and tweet saying, hey, you know, maybe I could have done better. And maybe, you know, people will say like, oh, a boss isn't supposed to do that. Well, I beg to differ. If you're a good one, then I think you can admit when you're wrong. But also in that same breath, you know, there has to be a point to where you have to look yourself in the mirror and you have to say like, okay, this is me. And then we trickle down. But going on to the lawsuit, you know, again, if these things are true, wow, very shitty work environment, every right here. If they are false and this is just something that, you know, he wasn't really playing into his heel persona. I can't remember if they were doing a segment. I think at the time maybe there had been something small or whatever. I can't remember off the top of my head, and maybe I should have done a little bit more research before coming into this video. But overall, I do think there might have been a program between them two, which again, if that is the case, then damn, you know. But again, if false, man, what bad press for AEW. You know, again, this isn't a dig at AEW. This isn't me being like, oh man, this company sucks, whatever. In fact, if I'm being 100% honest, and as I've said in every video where people have misinterpreted things I've said and chose to come at me and say that I hate AEW, all this and that, never once have I wished for the departure of AEW. I don't want to see anything happen to the company. I just want to see it succeed. You know, there are numerous people on that roster that are really making an impact. Look at the MJF Hangman Page thing. It makes a lot of sense. It's a really good thing, and I think it's the most pivotal story right now in AEW, and I think it might be the most pivotal in their history, especially with everything that's going on. They just need to get away from this bad press. And here we are again, Ryan Nemeth. You know, I think, like they said, in December, something had come out where, you know, there was, I think Nemeth had talked about it a little bit. I can't 100% remember, but overall, just a very crappy situation, to say the least. But ultimately, you guys can let me know your thoughts down in the comments section below. Again, my name is Billy TKO. If you feel that you've learned something from this video, or if you enjoyed this video by any stretch, definitely be sure to like it. Also, be sure to subscribe to the channel. When you guys subscribe, we go to a different stratosphere, and I'm looking to get to 10,000 subscribers. I appreciate you guys, and I'll be talking to you later. Peace.